Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Right now I really just want to give you a little story about how the helpful bankers NatWest stole myself and my business out of £62,000. The purpose of this video is really just to sort of get the word out there and just to basically out them for the kind of corrupt bank they are from top to bottom. What I'll do in this video is I will simplify a few things. It is quite a complex case depending on how you look at it, but the main thing I want to do here is make this video as easy for you to follow as possible. So with that in mind, I will simplify a few things. I won't tell you what I've simplified, but one thing I want to say is that I'm not lying, I'm not making anything up here. The facts will always remain the same. So basically, sitting at work as I do, we're a small business, Diagnostic World. Check out the website www.diagnostic-world.com. Click the link below this video, check out the website. It's a good little website if you're into cars and things like that. Anyway, I'm sitting at work, I get an email from, obviously by now I know it's some Nigerian scammer. The email goes along the lines of, "Dear sirs, I want to order these parts from you. I want to order 15 of these parts. Please tell me how much it's going to be." So I thought, okay, it's nothing too much out of the ordinary. We do get orders for that amount at times, and we do send them out and we have no problems with them. So as I'm always sort of edging on the side of caution, keep one eye on the cautious side of it, but I go ahead, send them an email back to say, yes, okay. Now for the purpose of the video, I'm going to say this transaction was £5,000. So I'll go back to them and say, okay, £5,000 to get them shipped to yourselves, in Dubai, by the way. So the guy comes back and he says, yes, okay, we agree to that. We'll give me your bank details, your sort code, your account number, and we'll do a CHAPS transfer. Not a problem. We've done that before as well. Giving out bank details, it's perfectly safe to do. So we tell them £5,000, we tell them account number, sort code, go and put the money in. So get an email the next day to say, okay, we've put the money in, but our accountant has incorrectly put the wrong amount in. The amount we've put into the account is £62,000. So I'm thinking, okay, bit strange. Now what they're trying to do is get that £62,000 sent back to them. So I think, well, okay, it's fair enough. If I'd made a mistake, I'd want that money back as well, so I could send the correct amount. So I thought to myself, I want to be sure about this though. I want to be 100% sure that if I send this £62,000 back to the original sender, that it's not going to be, or the original payment is not going to be stopped or cancelled, and therefore I could be in a position whereby I've actually given out or received in £62,000 and then given out £62,000, but the original £62,000 has been stopped, so therefore I'm £62,000 out of pocket. Excuse me, the phone's ringing. So I wanted to make sure that this was absolutely 100% not going to happen. Now, to make sure this didn't actually happen, what I did is I spoke to NatWest and I explained the situation that I've received. Well, we were supposed to receive £5,000, I've actually received £62,000, but what they're doing is they want me to send the whole money back. So the lady at the bank, no suspicion raised at all. Even though they've had full fraudulent trading. So I said to them, basically, I want to make sure that the original payment of £62,000 cannot be stopped or cancelled before I send £62,000 back to the sender. Now she looked at the payment, she took my details. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to call her Rachel. So this Rachel who I spoke to on the, well, it was actually an internet chat facility that I spoke to her on, and I have got the transcripts, whether it makes any difference or not. It is something that I do have in writing. So I spoke to the lady and she said, give me a few of your details and I'll take a look at it for you. So gave her my details, gave her everything she required, and she then went on to say, yes, I can see the payment. Now, anyone in the banking profession would be able to see what kind of payment it is that has actually come in. This lady told me that this payment of £62,000 could not be reversed so long as it was a CHAPS payment. So I said, okay, can you 100% confirm to me and double check that this payment is in fact a CHAPS payment? So she then went back to look at the payment. She says, yes, I can see the payment, it is 100% irreversible. So I thought to myself, right, great, excellent, that's the information I need. I'm happy now that I can send £62,000 back to this guy in Dubai, and the £62,000 that I received is actually safe. So all's well for about 24 hours until I checked my account the next day. The original £62,000, what do you know, it has been stopped. It has been reversed, and I've already sent £62,000 out via CHAPS. Would I have done that had NatWest given me the correct information about this payment? Absolutely not. Never in my wildest dreams would I think about sending that amount of money to somebody if I knew the original payment wasn't safe. This lady Rachel told me that this payment was 100% safe. How do I know that she is not working with the scammers? As far as I can see on paper, this NatWest employee is telling me that a payment is 100% irreversible, and yet the next day it's been reversed. So, fraudulent? Absolutely 100% fraudulent. Fraudulent by the scammer, fraudulent possibly on paper by NatWest. Now, do I personally think that NatWest have been fraudulent about this? No, I don't. I think it was a human error. She's looked at the transaction, she hasn't realised that what actually happened was when we were told that we were getting a CHAPS transfer in, and I asked this Rachel to check if it was a CHAPS transfer. She said it was. I believed it to be a CHAPS transfer. In fact, it was actually a cheque. A cheque had been paid in at a NatWest account. NatWest have the transaction on CCTV. They're not going to do anything about it. Put the complaint in, lodged the complaint. They told me that they were not responsible for this. I've been subject to fraud, and that's the end of it. Goodbye. Well, I'm sorry, that doesn't wash with me, because I would not have been subject to this fraud had this Rachel lady checked this account correctly. As far as I can see, NatWest are 100% responsible. They've neglected to spot that it was an actual cheque that came into the account. They've neglected to tell me that this payment was 100% irreversible. It was 100% irreversible. They've neglected to see that this type of thing is a scam. NatWest employees are trained on this type of thing to spot scams. They didn't spot it. Now, for me to send this £62,000 payment back to this scammer, I was required to go into the bank, because it's too much to do online, understandable. So I was required to go into the branch. Now, when I went into the branch, I said, by the way, I've received this payment in error. I need to send it back. No problem. Again, no suspicion from the employees at the bank. All they said to me is, Mr. blah blah blah, you don't actually have a signature on account. Turns out, when I opened the account, nobody had actually taken a copy of my signature and put it on the account. So what they said is, because you haven't got a signature on account, for us to be able to send this payment out, we're going to need you to answer 2 out of 3 security questions. I thought, okay, they're my security questions. But then I thought to myself, actually, it was about 4 or 5 years ago when I set the account up, so not really sure if I'll be able to remember them. As it turns out, I only remembered 1 security question. Now, NatWest employees at this branch, they said, that's okay, we'll put the payment through for you in any case. So, NatWest have gone against their own rules and regulations to allow this payment to be sent out. Had they stuck with their original rules and regulations, this payment would never have gone out. So all of this happened, the payment went out, we realised, oh my god, we've been frauded, whatever. On the phone to NatWest, don't give a shit. They don't care. They said, oh well, we'll try and put a stop on the payment. Never heard anything for about 6 weeks. Not a single phone call, not a single response letter, Not a single thing. They just were not bothered. Went into the NatWest branch to see what was being done. NatWest branch manager told me, oh yeah, I can see the complaints being raised, we just have to let it run its course. However, looking at what's happened, now this is coming from the NatWest branch manager, he said, I can see that NatWest have ballsed up here. You need to fight this all the way because NatWest have made a massive error. Now of course, I can see that. NatWest branch manager can see that. Plus another one of his employees in the branch as well. Took it to the police. Police, instant banking error. NatWest are 100% responsible for this, according to the police. But the police say they can't do anything about it because the NatWest fraud team have got to deal with it. I get a final response from the NatWest fraud team to say, sorry, can't do anything about it. You've been frauded. It's not our responsibility. We're taking no responsibility whatsoever. We do have the guy on CCTV in our branch, so I said, well, what are you going to do about it? You know, you've got the CCTV footage there of this fraudulent activity taking place. No, nothing we can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. You're a multi-billion-pound organisation that is actively on Facebook telling people how they can go about being avoided, being frauded. You're setting up all these seminars about fraudulent activity, yet when something happens and you've got the CCTV footage there in front of you, you say, can't we do anything, sorry. What can you do? Well, you can go to the police, being to the police say go to the bank. It is no wonder why this country is in such a mess with regards to financial unfair play. Anybody, it seems, can go frauding anybody out of any amount of money and you'll get away with it. Although, I'll tell you one thing though, if I was to go and do the same type of scam, you can guarantee there'd be police on my door within minutes because that's generally the way the British public are treated. And especially with NatWest, they're corrupt from top to bottom and they don't give a shit about you. So, where do we stand now? Well, can't do a single thing because NatWest don't have an internal appeals procedure, so if you're not happy with their response, they'll turn around and say, I don't care. Alright, so that's basically what's happened. You sure you haven't got a NatWest procedure? You're a multi-billion-pound organisation? Nope, no appeals procedure whatsoever. All you can do is go to the Ombudsman. Okay, I've heard of the Ombudsman. Give them a call. No problem, we'll set the wheels in motion. Financial Ombudsman, they do require a final response letter for me to go ahead and deal with this case. So NatWest say they'll send a final response letter out. I requested that final response letter 8 times. Never once been sent a letter. Every single time I request this letter, they tell me, oh sorry, we'll pop another one in the post for you today, first class. This has been going on for 5 weeks now. I've never once received a single final response letter. Yet every time I speak to them, oh yeah, we'll put the letter in for you. They do not give a crap about customer service. The customer service department at NatWest is a waste paper bin. You put a complaint into them, that's where it will go. I'm sorry, but these are the ultimate truths about NatWest. They simply do not give a crap, and I might look as if I'm rambling on a bit here now, but NatWest never once wanted to take responsibility. They never once said to me, oh yeah, we can see something's up here. Oh yeah, sorry that you've been, frauded out of this money. Sorry that we didn't spot anything. Bye. No, not bye. I want to put a complaint in. Oh, you want to put a complaint? Okay. Well, when I put the complaint in, this is another thing I've actually remembered. I waited for 2 weeks. I put the complaint in twice to make sure they had it. Oh no, haven't got anything from you. You'll have to put it in again. Absolutely hopeless monkeys working for them. And probably that's being unfair to monkeys, if I'm honest with you. The 8th time I requested this final response letter, this is what has sort of led me to make this video, because I just feel that enough's enough and they're taking the piss. As I say, I've requested this final response letter many times, but the final time, which was today, they told me, oh sorry, no, we've got no record of this complaint, we've got no record of any letters ever being sent out. I'm absolutely lost for words how and I'll say again, a multi-billion pound industry in 2015 can be so inept, can be so useless. I can't even find the words to describe them because they are so ridiculously out of touch with customers and the way the world works. They're just not interested in solving anything. And you look at their Facebook page every day fills up with disgruntled customers who are in the same boat as me, who've also been ripped off, who've also had money taken from their account. NatWest have actually been fined many times over the last years by the Financial Ombudsman, and we're not talking, you know, a few quid here and there, we're talking millions and millions because they're treating their customers unfairly. Well, that's exactly what they're doing here, and they've learned absolutely nothing. So when I do get this final response letter, if it ever turns up, I've only got 6 months, by the way, to lodge my complaint with the Financial Ombudsman. You can guarantee I'll be knocking on a few NatWest doors if this letter does not come. So there we go. Like I say, I just wanted to get this off my chest. I just had to say something because the people at NatWest are the only people you can talk to, really, and they don't give a shit. They don't care about, because to them 62 grand is a drop in the ocean, but for somebody like me, it's putting food on the table. It's continuing with your day-to-day life. It's survival. It's surviving. You know, that money. It's not as if we've earned that money over a couple of days. It's taken years to get that amount of money in the account there. So for them to just turn around and say, sorry, not our problem, it's absolutely not acceptable. And I want people to know how they are actually treating their customers. Phone's ringing again. So I'm sorry if I've rambled on a bit. This video probably, I don't know how long it's gone for, probably heading into 10 minutes now. Like I say, just wanted to get it out there. If you've had any similar problems with NatWest, fight it all the way. Don't let them win. I've spoken to people who have been fighting things like this for over 6 years, and they've single-handedly put people out of business because of their unfair rules and unfair practices. It's absolutely disgraceful. Yet if they want money off me, they can get a letter to me within 2 days. No problem like that. But to get me this final response letter, which I need to go to the Ombudsman, has taken so far 5 weeks and 8 requests. That's how they treat the customers. That's how they don't want to be found out, because they don't want this to go to the Ombudsman, because they want to get out of giving that £62,000 back. I'd love to hear from this NatWest manager to see what he actually has to say about it, because he told me it's clear as day NatWest have ballsed up completely. There we go. Anyway, so put your comments below. One thing I would say to you, don't judge us. I know people will, I don't care really, but put your comments in below the box if you've had any similar experiences with any bank. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be NatWest. The chances are, if you've had bad experiences with a bank, all banks will be in there. I've banked with a lot of people. NatWest have been the only people that have completely fucked things up for us. So there you go. So put any comments in below. Go onto the NatWest Facebook page. I've been hounding the life out of the NatWest staff there. All they keep saying is send us a private message, and for a period of about 3 to 4 weeks they actually just didn't respond to anything I put on there. They've obviously been briefed about, that I'm a dodgy customer or whatever. So there we go. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too painful for you. Just needed to get this off my chest. Come on,